Okay, everything's dry now, and we're back. So we're gonna start taking care of these paper towel backgrounds first, and we're going to do 3 different techniques on them. I'm gonna start with the easiest, and the one I really love doing, this is spray webbing. This is from Krylon. You can get it at most of the craft stores. You might be able to find it at like a home improvement store, and you always find things cheaper there. These were $3.99 for the black and what, $5.25 for gold, so I mean you're gonna spend more for a metallic, but black really makes things pop. So do the metallics, so I like using both. And all you do for these, mine are almost empty, so I'm really hoping they last for this one piece. Spray webbing comes out really fast and you have to keep your hand moving or it gets very globby. So I just hold it above, and I'm not sure you're gonna be able to see me holding the can above this paper, but just hold it above, move your hand over and spritz a little bit, and it's gonna leave a little design on your paper. So you can see this is the gold, and that's what happens when I do the gold. And I like adding a couple different colors. Black really makes a big difference. And that's really fun. I love doing that. And you can see this totally changes the look of this paper, and it's really fun. Now you have to let that dry. Let it dry really well. I'm just going to set it aside here. Get ready for the next one. And we'll go from there. These, by the way, are just, this is an old architecture blueprint pad. Those are fun to use if you can find them because you start clean all the time. Okay, our next one we're going to do, you can do that same idea and you can stamp on your papers first or just stamp them and leave them. That's really fun too. I've got a couple different stamps. You know, just use whatever your favorites are. And you don't have to use just black ink. You can use any colors that you like. I'm just using black today because black really does make things pop to me. And you know, you can do it however you want to do it. If you want to have lighter, you can stamp multiple times and it just leaves a different design on there. And you can see how your papers kind of start getting a different look to them. Just adding it, and it's just more texture. It's just that look of more interest. And that was quick. You see how quick and easy that was. It was really simple. And it gives quite an interesting look to that paper. And if after you're done, if you still want to, you can still add more spray webbing or something to it. The third is, we're just going to spatter these. And where I said you don't have to go out and buy stuff, you don't. And you don't have to go buy spray webbing or anything else. This was our third background. And if I didn't have spray webbing or I didn't want to spend that expense, here's a real easy way to do it. Take that little dish again. We're going to water down some acrylic paint to do a spatter. I used a little bit, maybe like a tablespoon of paint. Use a contrasting color. I'm going to just use white. Use white or black, whatever. Pour some in there and just make, that was a bit much water. You just want some really watery acrylic paint. And if you have something sparkly, maybe some moon dust powder or something like that, those are fun. You can add it in. You can probably even add some glitter glue to this and probably give a nice spatter to it. Let's try it, as a matter of fact, why not? So I've got some glitter glue. Not sure what'll happen. We're just going to try this out together. I'm going to spritz some glitter glue in there. And we'll stir that up too. Imagine you can water down glue, so I can't see what the difference would be. I guess we'll see more after it dries. Anyway, once you get that ready, it should be nice and wet and drippy, and that's good. And once it is, just put some on a brush and hold your hand under there and spatter it. I guess I should warn you ahead of time. You're going to spatter anything in your room too. And with this, these inks that we used are water-based inks. So anytime you put something watery on it, you know, it is going to be collecting that color. So it is going to add a little color to this. And that's okay. You could do this with red or white or black or whatever you want to do. And it'll give you this spattering effect. Now after you're done with each of these, what you're going to want to do after they dry is put some kind of finish on them. This is a Krylon matte finish. You can use something like this, spray front and back, so that it's set, and that sets the color. You can use a gloss finish. I'm not sure what it would do with it, but it can't hurt to try it out if that's what you have. You know, spray shellac or something, or even a workable fixative if you would like something like that. And the thing is, because these are water-based and it's soaked into this material, if once you go to use a wet medium over it, such as paints, or if you even use gel medium to adhere it to a page, if you don't seal this, it's going to bleed. And that's just unfortunate truth on it. I've ruined a lot of things with that. Even if I try to glue something on top of it, anything where it's wet around the edges seems to smear. So you can tell right on this that that white is changing colors, but it does still give that effect. So I might even just, on this one, I think the worst part of these is opening the containers, is still add a little spray webbing of black. And you know, it just really sets it off. So I hope you had fun with these, and give them a try this week. And if you don't have inks, try acrylic paint, try anything. Just try something fun with them, and it can't hurt, right? So I will see you on the next technique.